Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Nobody's here yet, so those of you guys watching this afterwards, please bear with me. We'll skip forward a few minutes, maybe. Skip forward a minute or something till people arrive. I'm getting mic'd up and stuff still. Or you can watch me mic up for a minute. Assalamu alaikum. Right, we're going a little bit. It's a little bit casual today. Wa alaikum salam, Omar. How's it going, man? Omar, can I have your attention actually for a minute? Can you stay for a minute? Because I'm just going to plug my mic in and just let me know that you can still hear me. So, okay, bismillah. 3, 2, 1. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Whew. Cool, good stuff. Okay, thank you very much for joining me this evening, Omar. And another person has joined, but we don't know who it is yet. Thank you for letting me know that you're here, Omar. Wa alaikum salam, Farhan. Very warm welcome to the program. Farhan joined the program literally 5 minutes ago. So our latest student, mashallah. Farhan, I've got your 2 books right here, actually. I'll show you them. Ugh. Farhan, I've got your book 1. Your book 1 right here, your book 2 right here as well. So I'll put those both in the post for you tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning, inshallah. Yeah, so they'll be in the post for you, crack on. I'll write you a little note as well. I like to write all of the new students a little handwritten note. Yeah, and then just keep in touch with me, Farhan. I know that you wanted me to sort of check in with you and stuff and keep an eye on your progress. I'll do my best to do that, but it's not something that is sort of part of the program, but if I can go above and beyond for students, then I do. But this isn't actually it's not my house. I'm at my dad's house in Cornwall, but this is the bedroom that I grew up in. Yeah, this is back there actually. I used to have the boys round from the rugby team, and I used to have a TV up there. I was like 12, and I used to have like a big like plasma screen TV there, and have all the bean bags and everything under this little bit. It was right little like lads pad that we had. Yeah, alhamdulillah. It was a good life back then. Times were simpler. Yeah, growing up in Cornwall. Alhamdulillah. But yeah, I've been very, very busy, guys. Yeah, I've been busy, but that's not really an excuse. It's more because I've been tired. It's more just because of the long drive down to Cornwall and then not sleeping very much. When I get up in the morning for Fajr, I don't like to go back to bed. Like, I just like to enjoy the morning, and that means that sort of by the afternoon, if I have a really busy morning, like I just try to cram as much work in as I can, it means that I just crash in the afternoon, and yeah, so it's just been a little bit slower, really, I think. Like, grammar time was a big fail this week, didn't even manage to do it. But alhamdulillah, I did put out the Arabist's Digest about 15 minutes ago, and it was a really quick one. It was just a little thought that I had, it'd only take you about a minute to read it. So I'll talk about that in a second. But how are you guys today? We've got 5 of you here. How are you guys today? Where are you guys, by the way? Are you all in the UK? Or are you dotted around? Omar, you're not actually based in the UK, are you? I remember you saying that you're actually in Saudi, or something like that. But most of my students are UK, Canada, USA. That's what most of my students are. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you for joining me. Thanks for coming to hang out with me for a little while. I'll chat to you in a minute about about this week's Arabist's Digest. I'll give you guys the rundown of it for those of you who didn't get it. If you do want to subscribe to it, just go to my website, arabicwithsam.com. Yeah, I know you're from Belize. Is that how you say it, Belize? Yeah, this brother and I, we had a poetry back and forth. Maybe I'll share it with you. Yeah, maybe I'll share it with you. It was pretty funny. I was pretty proud of myself for responding to a question with a poem. I was pretty proud of myself for that. I was sitting here. I was sitting here when I read your email, bro, and I remember like the brother, the brother Rahim, from Belize. He wrote me an email. He just wanted to ask me a question, and obviously because I get a lot of emails, like I get a lot of emails. He kind of wanted to get my attention, so he put a little poem at the top, just a little poem about my lessons being the bee's knees or whatever. and they asked me a question about words that are in this maf'ulun pattern. So, you know, like, you know, the verb fataha maftuhan is like something that's been opened. Asked me a question, and I answered it in a poem, and I was really proud of myself. Yeah, so that's how I got to know the brother from Belize. Cool. Should I start telling you what this week's Arabist's Digest was about, and then we can get into having a chat, and we can hang out a little bit and ask me any questions that you have. So this week's Arabist's Digest was a very quick one, just about transliterations, because sometimes you just don't have an Arabic keyboard available, and you need to transliterate stuff. And actually, very surprisingly, for someone who's a bit of a Puritan like myself, I'm a big fan of transliterating, purely for speed. Quite often when students write to me and have questions, sometimes even when they're using the Arabic words to tell me what Arabic words they're struggling with or whatever, I'll just transliterate them when I'm responding, just for speed, because I need to get through a lot of emails. I need to get through a lot of messages and a lot of DMs, because, you know, now, alhamdulillah, the course is, we have a number of students now where I need to think about speed and getting back to people quickly. And generally, I think it's just, I think it's all right, but transliterating, it's a lot better when you have a good system for it. Because usually what happens is, for sounds that we don't have in English, like, you know, Sad, Qaf, Ayn, Hamza, we do have a Hamza, but we don't admit it in our writing. You know, sounds like that. When we're transliterating in English, we often, for sounds that are like heavier or more emphatic, we just put the capital. And I don't think that's really good enough. Or sometimes there's a little dot underneath, but I mean, who has that on their keyboard? Like, who has a ta with a little dot underneath it to make the ta sound? Who has that on their keyboard? Like, I don't even know how to do it on my keyboard. So what do we do instead? And something that especially Egyptians do. I know people, you know, other Arabs do it, but when, like, I have a lot of Egyptian friends on my social media and stuff, and they put numbers into their Latin writing to make the Arabic sounds. So I just went through them in the Arabist's Digest. I went through some of them so that people can use them. Because what often happens is people who don't use numbers often use things like an apostrophe for a hamza, and we use an apostrophe also for an ayn, and that's confusing for students, you know. But what you can do is you can use the number 2 for a hamza, because the number 2 is kind of a hamza, but just the opposite way around. Yeah, you can use the number 3 for the number ayn, because it's like an ayn, but just the other way around. Another one is for ha, using the number 7 for a ha. So like the word like sahih, you could write like the hih bit like 7, double E, ha, yeah. Yeah, so that's quite cool. Another one is like the letter ta. You can write that rather than just using a capital T. You can actually use a number 6. Is the number 6? Yeah, it's the number 6. Yeah, you can use the number 6 because, you know, you imagine a ta. Would be cool if I had like my screen set up now, but just follow my finger, right? If you had like a ta, you sort of have this and then a line going down it. But with like a number 6, it's like that. So it almost creates the same shape. Like a number 6 is almost a ta. I know you're asking some questions. I'm going to come back to it in a minute when I've just finished my little spiel. And then the last one is the letter sad. So you can write sad just with the number 9. You just put the number 9. I know it looks really funny to kind of have numbers in your, like you have numbers in your Latin script for writing Arabic, but I think it works. So that's why I do it. And that's all it was today. Really, really quick one today. Yeah, usually I've been going over sort of bigger topics than that in my Arabist's Digest, but today it was just a really quick one. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So we'll come to the questions, inshallah. We don't need to talk any more about that. I did, you know what, like, I very nearly sold out with the Arabist's Digest, because the Arabist's Digest, even though I use it to engage with students, and I hope that students who want to be closer to my work and to learn Arabic do my program, like, of course I do, but something that I take real pride in with those emails is that they're not marketing emails. Like, usually, like, you know, usually I think, like, if you give your email to someone, or like a business or a teacher or a YouTuber or whatever, they're really using it to sell to you. Like, email marketing is big and it's real, and like it's one of like the first things that you learn about when you start YouTube and stuff. And what I really wanted was just to have an email list that was about you rather than about me trying to sell something. And so and that's what it is really. But I very nearly sold out this week because, I didn't sort of have a big topic planned. But obviously at the moment I've got a real push to bring students into the 60 Steps program at the moment. There's obviously a big incentive for people to join now, because the students who join now will get an enormous discount if they want to upgrade to Arabic and 60 Steps 2.0 later on. So there's a big push at the moment. I very nearly wrote this week's digest just to push people into buying, but I thought, no, no way. Yeah, the Arabist digest up until now has just been about value, just giving the students something that's useful for them, and I wasn't prepared to compromise that. Even if there's a big push for people to join the course. Yeah, cool. I'll go to the questions, inshallah. I've been ignoring you for a minute, but hope you guys know what I mean. By the way, like for me, obviously with me and my friends and stuff who are like other YouTubers and stuff, we talk about like marketing, and we talk about how to bring people onto a course or how to sell something and to do marketing and stuff. And there's loads of people around me who are always telling me like, Sam, like it's stupid that you're not doing like heavy email marketing. Like you've got a list of like a number of people. Wa alaikum salam, those of you who are joining. But I thought like with that, I receive loads of marketing emails. Do you know what I mean? Like I put my email address in something to get something for free, and obviously, and then they just use your email address to market to you constantly, and I don't like that, so I don't wish it upon you guys either. Yeah. So yeah. Let's have a little look. So wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please, okay, here we go. So please let us know whether when the upgrade goes up, we will lose access to the lessons unless we upgrade. I'm at lesson 15 and need to redo. No. You absolutely do not have to upgrade. You do not have to upgrade. If you join now and you just join the 60 steps as you're happy with it now, you've paid for something and you will absolutely get it, right? Like I'm not gonna say, you've done one book now, surprise, you have to pay another amount to upgrade. You don't have to, right? So this is why I'm pushing people to join now. If they're thinking about it, then they need to join now, because after the 9th of March, I don't think I'm even going to offer this. The way that it is now, I'm not going to offer the way that it is now. But because most people don't succeed with it. It's great if there are students like yourself who enjoy the way that it is now, being able to pay less and being able to have less access to me and just accessing the resources. Like, that's really cool for you guys, but like students like that, need to join now, because most people aren't like that. Most people do need more accountability and more support and more motivation. So that's why I'm making the changes. But to answer your question, you absolutely do not have to upgrade. You do not have to. Your current plan will stay the same, and the current service that you get will stay the same. And will the upgrade be available in a monthly installment? So I'm thinking about that at the moment. Like I don't really want to make it a monthly payment, because people get the idea that it's like a subscription and they can just cancel any time. Like really the course has a price. Do you know what I mean? For my program, the way that it is at the moment is like it's £97. All students can pay 12 installments of £11, which means it's a bit more expensive. But it's an installment plan. It's not a subscription. But some people get like 2 months in, and they say, oh, I'm just lazy at the moment, so I want to cancel. And honestly, like, it costs money to run this course. Like, it costs money to run it. Do you know what I mean? And I rely on those installments coming in to be able to deliver it. And so it really just undercuts me and hurts me when that happens. And like at the moment, I'm dealing with like 10, 12 students who have just cancelled their payments. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so if I do, it will be even worse when the course is more expensive. Do you know what I mean? Like, the price of the course is more with the new course, and if we have students who join for and they have a payment plan, and then a month in they just, I don't know, at the moment it's that the payments are failing. Like, students don't have the amount of money in their account or whatever. If that's the case, I'm not an unreasonable person. Do you know what I mean? I don't want people to be paying for my program when they're struggling. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'll take it on a case-by-case basis. But what I more had in mind was setting up a case-by-case payment plan. So like, the standard is that students just get the whole payment out of the way in one go. I think it's nicer for the students. It makes my life 10 times easier. Just get the payment out of the way. Even if you need to join in a few months, save the money and then just get it all out of the way. Do you know what I mean? So, I feel like that's better. But if a student really wants to join at a particular time and, for whatever reason, they need to have an installment plan, they can speak to me and we can put something in place. But I'm not going to set it up as like a monthly subscription. It'll be like, if someone comes to me and they say, look, at the moment £497 is too much for me to get together, can we say, like, can we do 10 installments of £49.70, like, with the right conditions. I think I'd allow that, inshallah. Yeah. So yeah, like, I want to make it easy for people, obviously, and obviously payment plans make it easier. So I'll take it by case basis. But I just ask that the students are considerate to me as well, obviously, because especially like with the upgraded plan, I'm paying mentors to look after you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's serious costs involved in it and stuff, and it just needs to be fair to me as well. That's all. Like, I think most of you know and understand that I'm not in it to like exploit people or make millions of pounds off of people. Do you know what I mean? It's just about making something work for all of us. I'm just gonna go to the questions again, inshallah. Yeah, it's a good point, Omar. Yeah, if I had some super heavy marketing emails, you wouldn't have signed up. Yeah, exactly. Like, I believe in that. Like, I believe in the long term. In the long run, I think it works out better for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to believe that turning up here every day and just putting out free lessons that are good, in the long run, students will just feel like I've given them an amount of value and they just enjoy my stuff, and it'll be natural to just do my course. Do you know what I mean? That's how I would like to grow. Whereas I think, like, so some other people would rather grow by using sometimes manipulative marketing strategies to try to sell to people, and I just don't believe in it. I don't believe it works out in the long run. And I think you guys are becoming savvy to it as well. I think the average person is becoming savvy to that. They're being marketed to through emails and they're being bombarded by ads and stuff. I think people are becoming savvy to that. So I don't know. I think it just works out better for you and for me just to turn up every day, give free lessons, and think about you first. And in the end, I think that works out better for me too. Hi Sam. I'm out, so hopefully we'll hear the response later. But on the Arabic in 60 Steps program, the videos only go up to lessons 45. You're still adding the videos. Yes. In fact, the next 3 are going up either today. The next 15, the last 15 are going either today or tomorrow. Because I've done them. I've recorded them. Yeah. Yeah. So I've recorded them already. It's just that this year I chose to sort of drip the content this year, because this is the first year the program's been an online program, and I just wanted to kind of see what the right length videos are for students and the right kind of delivery for students and stuff. So this year I've dripped the content, but next year I'm not going to. And on the upgraded program, I'm not going to. Students will have access to everything from day one. But yeah, don't worry about that, inshallah. To answer your question, you won't be able to get to step 45 within a few days anyway. But the last 15 lessons, steps 46 to 60, they will be up either today or tomorrow, because they're recorded and book 4 is written. What is the sunnah in regarding to what? I'm not sure, but the term sunnah really is the sort of the example of something. The Prophet, when we talk about the sunnah, we're talking about the things in which the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. If we're talking about sunnah, as in what is also mustahab, we're talking about things that not only the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, but what he encouraged other people to do. That's normally what we mean by the sunnah. But even the idea of Allah having a sunnah is also something as well. It's like the example. There's things that Allah does if it's in Allah's sunnah. Next we have Teacher Sam, student Abdul Hakim. May Allah bless you. My wife and children benefit from my subscription. Is this okay with you? Of course, of course. Do you know? Yeah, 100%. That's no problem at all, man. Even in the past, even in the past, I've even allowed a student's whole family to be studying from just their subscription. And in the past, I've even offered support for those family members who aren't even paying. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. That's fine. That's fine by me. Yeah. So long the only thing that really matters is just as long as it's fair. Do you know what I mean? Like some students, in the past I've had have like actually like exploited me. like I've had students in the past who have paid very minimal but expected me to like mark the books for them and all of their family. Do you know what I mean? But as long as it's fair, you know what I mean? Like it's just a case of trying to find what works for all of us. And obviously in that I try my best to just give as much as I can. Yeah, Omar, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool if you finish before a year. That's awesome. Some students do. Some students just proper on it, mashallah, and finish quickly. There's a sister at the moment from Slough here in the UK. She's got I think 5 kids, mashallah, and sometimes she messages me at like really late, like 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight and stuff, because the kids have gone to bed and she spends some time studying my program. And yeah, like she's only been on the program for probably a month, maybe a month and a bit, and she's into book 2 already. Admittedly, she'd already done Medina books and stuff, but so she already had a decent foundation. But students can make progress really quickly, mashallah. Yeah, mashallah. We've got 17 people here now, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. So, do you have anything for advanced learners? No, not really at the moment. No, I mean, yeah, I would say that my book 4 in my program is pretty advanced. We do, we study, Medini Quran, Mekki Quran, Hadith, Islamic poetry. Yeah, so there's some advanced stuff I'd say in that, but I'm not really. I'm not really in the business of dealing with very advanced nahu, and I'm not really in that game. There are people who are like when you're at a certain level of Arabic, like you can, I don't know, you have the means of approaching more advanced texts and stuff yourself. Whereas really, I want to change and improve just the culture among the people, that we on like an entire community level have a more meaningful relationship with the Arabic language. And I think when you deal with beginner stuff like myself, you get to help more people. Like when you deal with the specifics, when you deal with like teaching kind of quite advanced classical literature, you're serving a very small number of students. When I was living down here in Cornwall, I'm probably one of the only people in the southwest who can teach like classical literature. And like if I was to be doing that, I mean, I maybe would have been able to find like 5 students. Do you know what I mean? But when you do kind of more foundational stuff like I do, you can help just so many more people. What else have we got? Sam, will book 3 and 4 be uploaded? Book 3's already there. Book 4 will be uploaded today, inshallah. And the videos today or tomorrow. Yeah, and that's it. And then when students get to that stage in the program, I will post book 3 and book 4 to them. But yeah, or if students upgrade to the new program, to Arabic in 60 Steps, sort of 2.0, all 4 books will be in like one bigger book and journal, and they get them all at the same time. Yeah. So yeah, book 3's already there though. Book 3's already there. Where to start for learning Arabic? Start with the script. Don't try to cut that corner. A lot of students try to cut that corner, and they don't really take the time to get a good grasp of the script, both reading and writing it, and that can slow things down a lot when you get a bit further on. So make sure you're really strong with the Arabic script, I'd say, first and foremost, and then after that, if you're an adult, I'd say start with a sort of quite a scientific approach to learning the language. Like I'm an advocate of learning Arabic grammar to begin with, because it will just give you some rules that you can take away with, even if you're only learning once a week. Do you know what I mean? It's a concrete rule that you can start applying from day one, and then just accumulate like that. Try to encounter Arabic as much as you can. Yeah. Do I have a sample of what I offer? Yes, I have a free program called Arabic in 6 steps. The objective of it is to read the first page of Surah Yusuf, of the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, completely in Arabic, and it's sort of a tribute to my son. That is because my son's called Yusuf. Yeah, yeah. So it's a free program. I'll maybe link it up in the description of this video later, or yeah, or if you go into any of my videos, go into the description. Or even if you go onto my YouTube like homepage for my YouTube channel, in the top right corner, there's like a little link to like a free 6 steps video. So yeah, that's kind of a sample that I use. It kind of gives you a little bit of an insight into the program. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of a sample of what I offer. I mean, Book 3's answers are not uploaded yet. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. The Book 3's answers aren't in there yet. But yeah, as you said, most people aren't anywhere near that level anyway. Do you recommend? Oh no, I think I had a question before. Yeah, do you recommend moving on with the steps or not? That's a good question, Omar. So Omar's asking, do you recommend moving on with the steps, like before you're like 100% sure? I would say move on if you are 75% sure of it. I'd say move on, because sometimes you just need to fill in the gaps later on. Do you know what I mean? Like it's important to find a balance between really understanding the lesson and keeping up your momentum, because you always want to be just learning fresh stuff. Like it's healthy for you as a student to feel like you're making progress. You know, it can be really disheartening for students to be on the same step for weeks on end. You know, so I'd say if you're 75% sure of the content in a lesson, then keep going, keep pushing on. Yeah, because you'll be able to fill in the gaps as you go. How do I say I will do it? Okay, so you want to say سوف at the beginning, so you will, or just sa, and then use the verb فعل. So yeah, so سوف أفعل. Yeah, it's فعل يفعل. Yeah, so سوف أفعل, I will do, and then I will do it. سوف أفعله. The who on the end is the way of saying it. Or سأفعله, or سوف أفعله. I want to become a da'i. I want to give da'wah to non-Muslims. Will you teach me Arabic for the sake of Allah? So I already kind of do, putting out 3 videos every day. So yeah, you know, I think about this a lot actually, because obviously there are a lot of programs that do kind of scholarships, and even I've done it before in the past, or even like given, you know, or even thought about doing like free access for some students. But I don't know if I really believe in it. Like I just find students who are invested will tend to get better results anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like investing, spending some money on a program is more for you than it is for me. You know, students who pay attention. You know, students who don't pay tend to not pay attention because you've just invested more. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, and like for an individual like yourself who wants to be someone who's doing da'wah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, something that you know, it would probably make sense if you're the kind of person who will put something forward for that financially. It may or may not be within your means. If it's not, then there are still things that you can do for free. Yeah, but and there are people who will teach you for free, but just maybe I'm not the right person for that. Maybe, yeah. I'm teaching my wife and kids. Oh, we're gonna start words with harakat and asking them mostly verbs and some. I think you should teach meanings. I think you should teach meanings straight away. Yeah. Can Imran ibn Mansur speak Arabic? So he hasn't spoken Arabic to me, but I know that he can. I know that he is well versed in it. Yeah, but yeah, him and his brother, like his brother Saad. I know his brother Saad probably a bit better. When I've met up with them, I tend to have spent a little bit more time with Saad because Saad's about the same age as me. We've both got a kid. You know, both into Arabic and both studied Arabic at uni, and yeah, I don't know what it is about Saad. He's about the same size as me as well, and when I'm with him, I just wanna hug him and sort of wrestle him and stuff. So I like just sort of being around him. Yeah, but he doesn't speak Arabic though. But he teaches it. He teaches Arabic on their Arabic code program, which is really good, by the way. I'm a student in the Knowledge College, and I went through it. Even though I'm an Arabic teacher, do you know what I mean? I'm probably a little bit of a level above it, but I went through it just to see if there were things that approaches that I just hadn't considered before, and it is really good. He is a really good Arabic teacher, really good grammar teacher. Yeah, because I do that quite often, like because obviously I want my program to be good, so sometimes I like buy programs that aren't sort of my level, like I'm probably a level above some of the Arabic programs that are for beginners, but sometimes I buy them and just do them just to see like how they're helping their students and what I can learn from it. Which is how I discovered how cheap my program is. Like honestly, like there are people out there charging $2,000 for Arabic programs and $1,000 Arabic programs who have like tons of students, like way more than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I realized like my program's so cheap. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, which is fine, which is good. I mean, it makes it accessible to more people, which is good. Um, not Erdogan, apparently, silent G. Hey Sam, I found the origin of the word that I mentioned, rawasi. Cool, go ahead, share it. Cool. Okay, we'll wait for him to share it. Wa alaikum assalam, Iqbal. I see you on here quite often, so welcome back. Did you find Arabic difficult in the beginning? Yes. I'm not like a naturally gifted linguist. Um, when I was at school, my French teacher told my mum, we can't let Sam do GCSE French. It will be too embarrassing. She said that to my mum. I brought my mum in because I really wanted to learn French. I thought it'd be useful for me to learn French. So I brought my mum in to speak to the French teacher. And the French teacher said to my mum, do you know what, Sam needs to focus on getting better at his own language first, is what she said. She was like, his English just isn't good enough. So so that's the encouragement I got in the early days for learning languages. And then when I went to college, I wanted to do German. So like I made up a story about that I studied German in my own time or something, and you know, and that they should let me on the German course. And then they let me on the German course, and it was a disaster. And the teacher kicked me out, and she was like, "You need to do anything else, just anything else, just not this, because you'll fail." And yeah, so learning Arabic's really hard in the beginning, really hard. Um, yeah. Um, okay, right. Well, so that root like is that like rasu? Rasu. It's a fi'al naqis. So what does it mean though, Erdogan? Yeah, Omar. Like the kind of the graphics that they use in the Arabic code. Those guys have just got really good like graphics and media team. Mashallah, they've got really good stuff going on. I'm a little bit envious in a good way of the stuff that they do. Like I ask that Allah give me the means and the facilities to be able to do stuff like that with my um, with my content because they've been in the game a long time, right? Like Imran has been making videos for a long time, and yeah, so they've got good video editors and stuff like that, and yeah. The 10 verbs conjugation looks intimidating. I agree, but but just give yourself a realistic timeline for it, I'd say. Um, and also take some comfort in it because if you look at the 10 verb conjugations, like you can have it just on an A4 sheet, and then that's all you'll ever need to know. A secret is that there are more conjugations than that. There are like 15, but the next 5 are the ones that you will just never know in your life. You'll never see them ever. There are some words in the Quran that are like from like the form 13 or form 15 and stuff, but they're incredibly rare. Um, yeah. So I'll put your workbooks like yeah. So this is a question from my brother Farhan, who joined today. Huge congratulations for him. Please make dua for him that Allah give him success in his studies. Well, you can start now because you can access the ebooks now in the resources library straight away. So you can start looking at them now. But your books will be in the post tomorrow morning, so they should arrive to you Tuesday or Wednesday latest. Yeah. Because I send them for free, I tend to put them second class, so it'll probably be Wednesday. But yeah, So yeah, but Tuesday or Wednesday they'll arrive. What's like a sort of a cheat code to know the root of any Arabic word? That's a good question. So let me see if I can think of any good rules for it. If there's a meme at the beginning, cut off the meme. That's not one of the root letters, I'd say. It's not. It might not always be the case, but I'd say most of the time, if there's a meme at the beginning of the word, that isn't one of the root letters. Most of the time. So for like any of like the ism fa'il and ism maf'ul, if there's a meme at the beginning, that won't be one of the root letters. Tet madbuta is never a root letter. Elif is never a root letter. Yeah, some things like that. Yeah, if you remember that elif cannot be and is never a root letter, tet madbuta cannot or never be a root letter, and the meme at the beginning is usually not. 99% of the time will not be one of the root letters either. So that kind of rules out three things, which I think maybe helps. That's a little thing I can give you. I'm a native Arab. I learned English and now I teach English. Yeah, cool. MashaAllah. I imagine you're a much better English teacher than me. Yeah, I think it's a false assumption that people make that native speakers are the best teachers of that language. Really, like, especially for beginners, it's usually better to have someone who's experienced what you're experiencing, going into learning that language. Because I'd make a horrible English teacher, terrible English teacher, compared to someone like our brother there who's a native Arabic speaker but learnt English. Oh, the word rasu, if that's the right harakat on it, it means an anchor. It makes tons of sense. And actually very close to other expressions used for the mountains in the Quran. Yeah, that makes tons of sense. Wa alaikum assalam, Abdul Rahman. Yeah, wa alaikum assalam from Finland. Started your program yesterday. Huge welcome to the program, Abdul Rahman. Really like it. Will I be able to speak Arabic after finishing your program? Can you tell some stories? Can you tell some stories with your students? Okay, so will you be able to speak Arabic if you practice speaking Arabic? Yes, it's all Arab. It's all spoken Arabic. Do you know what I mean? But it is kind of up to you to be vocalizing it regularly and using it regularly. It's not, it's not. Speaking Arabic isn't the main objective of the program, but it is something that's important and is something that I think students should be encouraged to do. To practice their speaking regularly. So yes, it is something that's entirely possible. By the end of the program, I think you should as well, especially by the end of the program, which was your question. I'm not sure what you mean by can I tell some stories with my students. I don't know if you sort of mean sort of stories of my students, people who have completed the program and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what you mean. An anchor is a okay, so I don't know if that is that meme with a fatha, kasra, dhamma. Is it marisatun? Marisatun is an anchor. It's a little bit of vocab I've just never heard before. Haven't spent a lot of time on boats and stuff in the Arab world. It's not a word that I've heard. Have I heard of the Medina Arabic books? Of course I have. They're like the most well-known Arabic books, of course. Yeah, and they're amazing. Yeah, yeah, they're amazing. Loads of people become incredible Arabic speakers through them. I've been through them as well. The Medina books. It's great. They're also free, available online, I think. Oh yeah, Marsatun. Yeah. I think I've heard Marsatun before actually. Yeah. Top three Arabic books you read for entertainment and knowledge. Okay, so my three favorite. Okay, I've got one that's like a classical book. A lot of people I think know me for reading this book. Is Rihlat ibn Jubayr. I love Rihlat ibn Jubayr, written in sort of the 11th century, by a writer who is from, I believe, Valencia. I think he's from Valencia, from Al-Andalus, and he actually in his Rihla, in his travel writings, he actually meets Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, and actually talks about the Crusades and talks about all that stuff that was going on at that time, and it's really fascinating. And also he's actually also like a really a beautiful writer, actually. Like he's, you know, his work in Al-Andalus in Valencia, where he's actually from, he was actually like he was actually a writer and a poet. Yeah, so the writing of it is really eloquent. It's not like the most famous Rihla is the one of Ibn Battuta, is the most famous, but Ibn Battuta's Rihla isn't written in sort of quite as eloquent style as what Ibn Jubayr's is. Yeah, yeah, but I think the language is easier, actually. I've done a little bit of Rihlat Ibn Battuta before, actually. I think on this channel, or it might have been on my Somali channel. Which book would I recommend if someone wants to study Arabic grammar for the beginner? My program. Sometimes I try to be, you know, a lot of the time if people ask questions and actually I've got better advice to do a different book or a different program, then I say that normally. But if there's a beginner who wants to learn Arabic grammar in a way that's like accessible, my program. Okay, Abdul Rahman, yeah, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. The objective of my program is independence in the Arabic language. That's the thing. That's the focus. That by the end of it, students can navigate Arabic without needing their own language, without needing, you know, obviously Finnish or English or whatever it is. So and that obviously does require speaking. Yeah. So that is, you know, yeah, that is it. The only reason why I tiptoe around saying that you'll be able to speak is because to what degree? Do you know what I mean? Like I think sometimes students think, oh well, I'll be able to speak Arabic at the end of the program. They think that means that they'll be like completely fluent in Arabic, but I just can't promise that. You know what I mean? I can't monitor that for all the students. So I tiptoe around it a bit. It is absolutely an objective, but students should be strong and independent in written and spoken Arabic by the end of it. Yeah. Wa alaikum salam. New hairstyle. No, it's just tied up. It's just tied up. Yeah. Yeah. I've not had a haircut or anything. But it's just because it's tied up. Sometimes I go for the man bun look. Yeah, but it's not cut or anything. Yeah. Sometimes in the evening and stuff when it's the end of a long day, I'll just tie it up so I've not got it flopping around in my face and stuff. But you know, down here in Cornwall. Obviously, I haven't been here for about 6 months because I've moved to Northampton. A lot of people today recognise how hairy I am now. How long, on average, does it take to finish the course? 9 months. I'd place the average at. Maximum is a year. I think, you know, I think most people finish it in a year. The main reason for people finishing slowly is for people being start-stop. That's the main reason. Like usually when students begin, like most students have a really good momentum in the beginning, up to like lesson 15, 16 or something like that. Students have good momentum, but then students kind of veer off and get distracted, and then later on realise they've not logged in for a week, and then they come back, and so that's the main reason. You know, if a student could maintain focus, then students can finish it in 6 months, I think. Yeah, 60 steps. You know, if students were to do 10 steps a month, which I think is very, very reasonable for a student who's got a little bit of a foundation already, like yourself, I think that's very, very, very realistic. Cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, our brother here. Do you know that the word tail came from the word veil? So veil, yeah, means a tail, by the way. and house came from an Arameya word in West Arabia, hosh. I've got some Libyan students down here in Cornwall who use the word hosh. Yeah, hosh, not bait. They say hosh. Thank you for the answer, and in Finnish, thank you is kiitos. Is it like kiitos or kiitos? Or am I even saying it right? Finnish, man. Some of those Scandinavian languages look really hard. Like Danish, Swedish, they look proper hard. Guys, just a second. I'm just gonna get my water is over there, but I'm mic'd in, so I can't walk over. So I'm just gonna take my mic off a second. I'm gonna go and get my water. So I am still here, but BRB. Yo. So yeah, still here. Ugh. What else is there? Yeah. Yes, between the different dialects, between the different lehjet, there are. You know, with the Libyans, what else is there? They say instead of like ghurfatun for a room, they'll use the word dar. They say dar as well for their room. I'm gonna mic my. There's no. I don't need to put it under my shirt and stuff, do I? We're all friends here, aren't we? You know, I don't need to try to make it look like I'm not wearing a mic. I can just stick it here. Cool. But yeah, the Libyans as well. They don't say, like, when you ask them كيف الحال, they don't say أنا بخير. They say أنا باهي. أنا باهي. What else? Their qafs are like g sound, so they don't, and also the vowelage is a little bit different in their lehja as well. So they don't say qamarun for the moon. They say gmar, and instead of qalamun they say glam for yeah, glam. Glam. Yeah. And Abehi. Yeah, our Libyan brothers and sisters. They're Arabic. Have I googled Belize? No, but I've heard of it though. Yeah. Okay, a few questions came in quickly. Bro, how long does it take to learn Arabic or English? Which one is harder? Arabic's harder than English, I'd say. How do those sounds end up in Arabic though? Yeah, good question. I mean, to be honest, as a linguist, my theory would be that those sounds existed in the Amazighi language that existed in Libya before they spoke Arabic. Even till today, there are people who speak Amazighi in Libya, and there are Amazighi people who know that they are Amazighis and they're not Arabs. And I assume in their language before sounds exist in Amazighi. I don't know, but I bet. I don't know, but I bet. Like in Coptic, the Egyptian language, they don't have a j, but they have a g sound, which is y. They have a gim misri in Egypt. They say, they say ragil instead of rajul. And they say, mesgid instead of masjid. So I would assume that is the case. Yeah, ga'miz. Ga'miz, yeah, to sit down, ga'miz. Yeah, they say that. They say that because when we used to do our lessons in the Libyans' house, we'd sit down and they say ga'miz. Ga'miz. Do I know anybody who kind of studies Arabic online through a private teacher and they start to speak Arabic at your level without going to study Arabic abroad? I don't know anyone, but yeah, it's absolutely possible. There are many different routes to get to mastering Arabic. There are many different routes to it. Yeah. Hi Sam, Eamon here. Thank you very much for joining us here. I don't think I've met you before actually, Eamon. Here in Ireland. Nice, in Ireland. What? No, Ireland or Northern Ireland? We've got a few people from Northern Ireland, not even on my program. And in fact, my great grandma was from Northern Ireland. Um, did you learn Arabic from scratch within the Muslim community? It is difficult to practice it, I think, when I'm not part of the Muslim community. Right, okay. I think, actually on my program, some of my best performing students are non-Muslims on my program. So, and also, like, there is a big, like, Christian, Arabic speaking community. So it should still be available to you. But I don't know, I do agree that, but just being a Muslim does facilitate, obviously, learning Arabic. Uh, just simply having a relationship with the Quran and scripture as well as being around Arabic speakers, in the mosque and stuff. So I do agree with that, but I think there are alternatives for you as well, Eamon. Yeah, there's a lady on my program. Her name's Marta. I've mentioned giving her a shout out a few times. She's from Barcelona, and she's killing it on my program. Berber languages forever. You have Amazighi blood. No surprise to me. Yeah, there's tons of Amazighis. Here in Cornwall, there's a lady who's Amazighi. Down here in Cornwall, she's a Libyan Amazighi. Her name's Taziri. Taziri, and yeah, she speaks Amazighi. Yeah. Secondly, a question from Eamon again. Is your new program something that can be taken at learner's own pace, or do we have to keep up with the moving weekly program? So no, it's still at your own pace. But yeah, it's still absolutely your own pace, absolutely. But I'll provide as soon as people join, I will assign you your own mentor. So it's someone who's studying Arabic at university, someone who's just quite advanced in learning Arabic. But I'm employing strictly on nice people. You know what I mean? Like on my program and in my work, it's important that you're nice and very agreeable and approachable. Those are kind of the main attributes that I'm looking for. So like really decent Arabic, but mainly that beginners can relate to you and stuff. That's important to me. So I'll assign someone to you, or even if someone's not available, I'll be your mentor myself, and we'll just check in with you every week. And just say, how's it going? Like, if you managed to log in this week, if you managed to make some progress, what can we help you with? Do you have any questions? And that's more for accountability than anything else. It's just to keep students engaging with the course a little bit more, to think, okay, I should really make some progress this week, or else, I should really make some progress this week, or else I'm gonna have to tell my mentor that I've done nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's more for accountability. It doesn't mean you have to move at a particular pace, because at the end of the day, I mean, you know, I think one of the main strengths of an online program is that you can move at your own pace. And I think a program that doesn't allow that is missing a trick. Wa alaikum assalam, Muhammad Wilkinson. May Allah bless you, Muhammad Wilkinson, like Johnny Wilkinson. Bro, if I want to learn Arabic, do I start grammar or just start speaking? Both. If you choose one or the other, I'd say in the very beginning, get some grammar under your belt. Personally, I think if you were to do it the other way around, speaking is a skill which does need to be underpinned by the right knowledge. Sometimes people get speaking and they just kind of reel off. Um, um, they just kind of reel off mistakes. I find, but from day one, I think you should be exposed to spoken Arabic. I'm not, even though I'm an advocate of learning Arabic grammar, I'm not an advocate of avoiding spoken Arabic or not practicing speaking it. You should absolutely be practicing that if you can, and when you can. Oh, I'm just adjusting how I'm sitting. I've got bad knees, Everyone in my family's got bad knees. What else have we got? Who else can I help? Okay, yeah, nice question. So, I was wondering if the upgraded program essentially has the same video lessons. Yes, but I'm going to redo them. So essentially the same structure, but they will be different videos. So that question for our brother Mohammed Wilkinson. So yeah, essentially the video course is the same, but it will be redone. There are some things I want to iron out in it. I think it's good, but there's just some things every year I want to improve it and just iron some things out. And then yeah, that video course and the workbooks and stuff like that will just be supplemented by having, mentors and a Facebook group and monthly incentives and, assessments and stuff like that. Yeah, but essentially the same video course. I might add some bonuses in there as well. I might add like an Arabic poetry crash course in there. I might add like a dialect crash course in there or something as well, just as some bonuses for the new group. Barakallahu feek. Barakallahu feek. Because even though even though most of what I do is just standard Arabic, I do like dialects. I've written a book about Palestinian lahja, but never published it. It's like a 30-chapter book about Palestinian Arabic. Because when I was in Palestine, when I was in Palestine, I really just wanted to document my fresh experiences of the language, and so I started writing this book just as I went along, and there's just a lot of really kind of useful and just fresh insights. Like I think there's nothing quite like writing about something actually at the time when you're living it. There's something about just writing about experiences when they're fresh that's really powerful. So so I started writing that when I finished writing it. So I'd like to include some things like that maybe into the program. Don't forget us, the old group. Oh no, of course not, man. I'm not gonna forget you guys. You guys are amazing. Yeah, you guys are awesome. That's why that's why I want to offer you guys such a massive discount if you want to upgrade, because you guys are amazing. I'm hugely grateful to you guys. Yeah. Okay. Palestinian accent is heavy. Prefer Syrian accent. I think that makes sense. Syrian is I think people are just more familiar with it as well. Like Syria has a much bigger kind of output of series and movies and stuff like that as well. I think just Syrian rather than Palestinian is more just more familiar to the people, I think. Yeah. To be honest, I found like massive variety in dialect even within Palestine. Okay, so Mohammed asks, do we provide some kind of certificate for completing the program? I'm thinking about that. Just because I'm gonna include like some assessments and some tests and stuff, so students can, track their progress and stuff like that. And I've thought about having just like a really nice certificate, like getting like a nicely designed certificate on nice paper or whatever, and sending them to students, or letting students print them and stuff. But I just thought, I mean, what would you use it for? Do you know what I mean? Like, inshallah, it would carry some weight. Do you know what I mean? If you could, it would mean something to have some sort of certificate at the end of it. I suppose I've always just kind of been a little bit maybe like too humble, almost to the point of like not valuing myself enough to say like, well, who would care about my program? Do you know what I mean? Like, you apply to a university, you say, oh, but I completed the Arabic in 60 Steps program. I've always kind of thought to myself, well, what uni cares about that? But they shouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, students should be able to say, look, I've completed this, and it's a good program. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is a good program. We should, you should absolutely say that. Yeah, I agree with you, Mohammed. Yeah, I agree with you. It would be nice to kind of, I think even it'd be good encouragement even to have a certificate after each of the books. Do you know what I mean? Like, have a certificate when you complete the first 15 steps, and then one if you pass the exam, right? Yeah, to get a certificate. That is nice. It would be nice to do that. Yeah, for students who say I've achieved this level, and then furthering on with your studies, because the idea isn't, like my program is to get students to a point of independence, right? To get students to a point of being competent in Arabic and be able to stand on their own 2 feet. But the idea afterwards is that you'll go on to do whatever you want afterwards, right? Like some students will want to just start enjoying their Arabic and go to the Arab world and start using it. Some people want to, start reading more in Arabic and stuff. But some people might want to do further study, and if they do, it'd be good just to be able to know what level you're at. You can at least go and approach another program that you want to do afterwards, a more advanced program, and say, I know 1,000 words in Arabic. I've completed this program. We cover about 1,000 words. Covered the 60 most common concepts in Arabic, grammar concepts in Arabic. We've had a brief introduction to Hadith, Medini Quran, Mekki Quran, Arabic poetry, Arabic novels, Arabic newspapers, because that's all the stuff that we cover in the 60 Steps program. So I agree with you. That would be nice as well. That would be a nice addition to the program. Yeah. Guys, we've been here for an hour. Do you know what? Let's bring in any last questions that you have for me, please. Those of you who want to come on the program, hurry up, get yourself stuck in. Got a ton of books to be given away to you guys who come on board. Yeah, I've got literally boxes. I've got 2 boxes. Right, they're full of books. You feel like you've learned a lot in the program so far. You've been on it for like a day, bro. MashaAllah. But yeah, it's a marathon. Do you know what I mean? The Arabic language learning Arabic's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. But yeah, but matter of days, right? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's a marathon, isn't it, subhanAllah? Hansver al-Mawrid. Al-Mawrid dictionary. I don't even know what al-Mawrid dictionary is. We at uni, we started off with Hansver, and then that served us all the way up to when I took the massive leap from Hansver to Lisan al-Arab. Too big a leap, that, really. There are a lot of good Arabic dictionaries in between Hansver and Lisan al-Arab. You don't need to make a jump that big. I have a video on this YouTube channel actually where I talk about another dictionary called Al-Misbah al-Munir. Yeah, there's a dictionary which is a Al-Mawrid is an alphabetical dictionary. Okay, I've seen dictionaries like that before. They tend to be dictionaries that are a bit before Hansver even. Like if you're a real beginner or you're doing GCSE Arabic or something, students tend to use dictionaries like that then. But if that just on whether I think it's better to have like a roots-based dictionary or a purely alphabetical dictionary, I think a roots-based dictionary is better. But I'd need to see the dictionary as well. Yeah. Muhammad, wa alaykum as-salam. How do you enroll on the program, and how much does the program cost? You enroll on the program by going to my website, Arabic with Sam, and then just put a /60 to go straight to the program page. You make sure that it's right for you, first of all. You don't part with your money until until you like it and you're invested in it and you think it's cool and you think it'll work for you. And you ask me any questions that you have beforehand if you like, if there's anything that's unclear to you. And then you just click any of the red buttons, and that takes you to a payment page, which brings us on to the next question. At the moment, the program is either £11 a month for 12 months, or it's £97 if you just want to get it all done out of the way. If you pay for the whole year out of the way, if you pay for all that in the beginning, then you save £35, which is like 3 months. Do you know what I mean? It's like getting 3 months for free. So I encourage people to do that, one, and then also you just don't need to worry about more payments coming out of your account. Do you know what I mean? I think it's unpleasant for students to be thinking every month money is going to be taken out of their account. So get it all done in one go and you save, and it's better for me as well. But that doesn't mean you can't. I've made the other option, the monthly payment option, available for you, to use if that works better for you. Yeah, was there any more of the question? Let me check. Yeah, so that's what the program costs. yeah, and a cool thing as well is that because I'm relaunching the program in April the 1st, the new program, 60 Steps 2.0, is going to be a way better, kind of upgraded program. And those of you who join between now and the 9th of March, you'll get a massive discount, like, up to 50%. If you join the program now, because I really want to reward people who are joining earlier. Like I launched the program on the 9th of September, so students who've joined from the 9th of September until the 9th of March, which is like a few days away, I want those guys to I want to really reward those guys if they want to upgrade later, inshallah. So yeah, so that's how you join and why you should join. Why is root better? Well, it makes the dictionary. It makes the dictionary better balanced, I think. Because when you have an alphabet-based dictionary, the meme and the elif section are going to be way bigger. Like 40% of Arabic is gonna the letters, 40% of Arabic words either begin with a meme or an elif. So I think it just makes the dictionary a bit more balanced when you have a roots-based dictionary rather than an alphabetical dictionary. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Nothing wrong with either, but that's just my preference. Okay, guys, should we call it a day? Should we go to bed? Because it's gone 10 o'clock now. Barakallahu feek, sister. Yeah. I'd recommend Hansver. Yeah, I'd recommend Hansver Dictionary. Yeah, even as a 60-step student, yeah. Yeah, I probably would recommend it. Yeah, not for the program though necessarily, because I don't think you really need it for the program. The vocab lists are all there, and even I've even gone to the effort of finding the plurals of all the nouns for you and providing the conjugations of all the verbs for you. So you don't really specifically need it for the program, but for things around the program, if you do extra reading, or even if you're in book 2. If you're in book 2, I've written texts at the end of each lesson as a little reading exercise. In some of those, I drop little bits of vocab here and there that aren't in the vocab lists. So for things like that, it'll be useful. Yeah. Brother Muhammad asked a question as well. Let me see. Look forward to the next Q&A. So we're gonna keep doing the Q&As on Sundays and Wednesdays. So keep an eye out for them. Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings. Yeah. Well, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Sundays in the evening. I'll aim for 6 or 7, but sometimes it'll be later. Like today, it was 9. So we'll do 2 live Q&As a week. Do you want a Facebook live, by the way? Let me know, the 9 or 10 of you who are here. Do you want a Facebook live? Do you guys prefer me to do a live video on Facebook? مع السلامة مع السلامة. Yeah, Layla Saida. Okay, Cork, South Island, south of Ireland. Yeah, Omar, that's a good shout. Doing them all at the same time live. It would be cool if on my tripod I had if I could have 3 phones and I'd stream it to Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. But okay, yeah, we'll stick to YouTube, inshallah. We'll do YouTube on Sundays. We'll carry on doing Instagram on Wednesdays. But when I have the facilities for it, when I can get a better tripod and a couple more cameras, I'll start just doing both of them all at the same time. I'll do all 3 of the platforms live at the same time. I might even add Twitch and Twitter to them as well do Snapchat do live? Can you do live streams on Snapchat? We could do that if some of you are on Snapchat. Ads. Drop your question, inshallah. Yeah, drop your question, inshallah. I'm still here for a few minutes. We're just doing a long and drawn out goodbye. We're saying goodbye to each other now. So yeah, ask your question. Ask away while I reposition my knees. I don't know why I've got such bad knees. It's just in my family we've got bad knees. And when I train jiu-jitsu, the people who I spar with, they know not to do knee bars on me. Is there anything that I can recommend for idiomatic translation for Arabic? Probably not really. Let me have a think about that, inshallah, and see if I can get back to you. Do you follow me on Instagram? Ads. Do you follow me on Instagram? If you do, drop me a DM with that question, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Yeah, follow me now, inshallah. Drop me a DM, and I'll try to help you out with that. Yeah. So let me think of an advice before I go. Give you a little nasiha. Let me think of a beneficial little nasiha that I can give you before I go. And the nasiha is... The best ones are the broad ones, really, that I've given before. The first one is be consistent and do it every day. That's the best advice I can give, but I think that seems a bit obvious. If we zoom in and go to something a little bit specific for you, maybe, just a general advice when you're learning vocab, maybe. Learn the plurals with the words. When you learn a new unit of vocab, learn its plural at the same time. That's a little something, that a little nugget that I can give you. That's why in my program, I'll show you. That's why in my program, this is book 1. When I give the vocab lists, you'll always have the plurals. I'll always put the plurals in brackets after it, yeah. So here we've got, lughatun, and then the plural lughatun, lisanun, alsina, nafsun, nufusun, and then sadr and sudur. I'll always give the plurals with the words, because without that, sometimes it becomes a guessing game later of whether... Because now, on my program, students hear sadr. They know sadr, sudur. They just know sadr, sudur. But if you don't do that, later on in your life, it becomes a guessing game of, is it sadr asdar, or sadr asdira, or sadr sudur, or sidar. But it's not, it's sudur. Any resources for understanding specifically each verb? For example, verb. Do you mean istif'al? Yeah, sorry, you did mean istif'al, yeah. My advice, actually... Oh, you asked for resources, not advice. No, not really. Like there are a lot of websites and stuff out there that do have like a brief explanation of what each of the verbs are about. There is a really nice little website that I've seen. It's a really long domain. It's something like Arabic you didn't learn the first time. Arabic you didn't learn the first time round.com or something like that. And on there they have a section about the actual characteristics. But actually it's my position that you shouldn't really focus you don't really need to focus too much on the characteristics of each of the verbs, because they're not even hard and fast rules necessarily. Like we create we spot patterns, obviously. Like we know, like verbs that are like fa'ala are kind of causing people to do whatever the form 1 was, right? Like we and like you said, like the istaf'ala pattern is to do with seeking things, but it's not always to do with seeking things. Sometimes it is just a normal verb. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just a normal verb. Sometimes it's to do with considering something a certain way. Like istab'ada, the verb istab'ada doesn't mean to seek to be far away from something. It means to consider someone to be far away, or to consider someone distant. Istab'ada. So yeah, they're not always kind of hard and fast rules, and I think it's maybe helpful for students not to dwell too much on those rules, more to just kind of learn the verbs face value as they come, and more think about the different verbs as more just learning how to conjugate them rather than learning their meanings. But I'm still playing around with that a little bit. I'm playing around with that thinking at the moment. But really, what matters to me is just how do I teach it to my students. That's what matters to me. Okay. So yeah, ads, brother ads. DM me on Instagram and I'll see if I can help you, inshallah. But like translation sciences isn't really my thing. Yeah, translate like I've done I've worked as a professional translator before, and it's just not really my thing. Yeah, it's not for me. So some people really enjoy it and really get into it, but I'm more like I'm more like engaging with beginner Arabic students and just filling in their gaps in knowledge. That's what I really like the most. But I'll help you out, inshallah, whatever I can do. Oh, Allahu Akbar, brother Hassan is here. This is a Sudanese brother who lives in Canada. One of my students as well in the program as well. May Allah bless him. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Drop me a DM, inshallah, and I'll try to help you. I might not be able to get back to you today, but I'll do my best to, and I'll try to get back to you, soon, inshallah. I'll just try to help you out however I can. Yeah, sorry, Hassan, we're about to go, because I've been here for an hour and 15 minutes, which is longer than anyone wants to look at my face. So maybe we'll call it a day. Okay, thank you for joining me, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, I know. I don't know what time it is for you in Canada, Hassan, but yeah, well, I started late as well. 9 o'clock's quite late to start live Q&A here in the UK, but yeah. 9:20. It's at 5:20. Yeah. Yeah, everyone, all 14 of you, please make dua for our brother Ads, that may Allah give him success in his Arabic language studies. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give put success and barakah in into all of your efforts for learning the Arabic language. May Allah bless you in your studies. May Allah facilitate the learning of the Arabic language for you. May Allah increase the love for the Arabic language among the Muslims and among the non-Muslims. Ameen. Ameen, ameen. Cool. Well, we'll end it there, inshallah. Hope to see some of you new guys on the program, inshallah. And anyone else who has any questions or I can help anyone else with them, please get in touch with me, and I'll do everything I can to help you guys out.